This is James Helder for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. I'm on the road again today. With me I've got Danny Cassius. He's just finished training. What's happening, Dan? You alright?
Exactly, James. Back in the fucking whips. Back in the car.
Every time I'm with you, you've got another whip, Dan. What's going on?
Doing well, aren't I?
Doing alright.
No, I don't. Do you know what it is, Jay? When you buy shit piece after shit piece, you know what it is. You're best just getting a half sensible car, aren't you, instead of buying fucking shitters all the time. And I've learnt my lesson now. I'm just buying normal cars and not shitters. I bought something that's going to last me for a little bit. So
yeah, I've got to say it's a nice motor.
It's not bad, mate, is it? It's alright.
Nice,
it's not too bad. It's better than the fucking. Well, I was going to say better than a smart car, but that's not true. It's probably better than the Polo, but
not better than the Wasp.
Listen, mate, that's a classic. That's a classic fucking. It's a classic motor, mate.
My little boy called you Bumblebee when you was in that. He thought you was driving Bumblebee. That was quite funny. Made me laugh.
Good little man, mate.
How's training going then, Dan? Obviously now everything's geared up now for September the 12th at the O2 Arena. You're taking on Ricky Boylan. Local builders, a local grudge match in the derby, and judging by what we've seen so far from you both, there's been no love lost between the pair of you. Can you talk me through a little bit of that? Yeah,
it's just a big fight. Like, you know what? It's been said a million times, like in the interviews and when we've done the interview at at the presser that day. Like, it is what it is. It's just a local not say a grudge match, but it's not really a grudge match. This is a local fight, so we both want to win for like our bragging rights for the area or whatever, and to better our careers. Like I said, I don't really care about. I'm not involved emotionally in it and all that. Like I said, I just want to better myself, better my career, and beat him. And I think I can beat him. So it was just a natural fight. Like, I spoke to Eddie when I said to him, look, I'd like to fight Ricky. Like, he's lost to Tommy, he's lost to Tyler, he beat Dazarosha. Like, where's he go now? I said, like, let's have a big domestic fight, like a big local fight for us or whatever. We both sell like a few tickets or whatever. Obviously he sells a lot more than me, but I've done a few for this fight so far, and there's still four and a half weeks to go. So yeah, it should be a wicked night. I just can't wait to get in there now.
Having spent quite a lot of time with yourself and Ricky Boylan, I got to know you both and like you both pretty well. I mean, you're both pretty decent and likeable characters, but there's something about you two that you seem to get under each other's skin. I noticed that at the press conference a little bit. Sort of that underlying animosity that only comes with a lot of time thinking about stuff.
Do you know what? I don't even know what it is. You know that, like I said, like sometimes I think he's up his own arse a little bit. Sometimes, you know what I mean? And like he's got his bits and pieces that he don't like about me, as he said or whatever. I've got no morals. That cut a bit deep when he said that.
That touched a nerve.
That touched a nerve a bit. I'm not gonna lie, but it's at the end of the day, it touched a nerve or whatever. But then since then, he shook my hand. There was the old handshake snub at the interview at the press conference.
At the press conference after the head-to-head, I was going to come on to that.
But he before that, he'd shook my hand anyway. Like he said, he'd shook my hand in an interview before that, and but it just makes no sense to me why you'd want to shake someone's hand if they've got no morals. I mean, if you don't like someone, you don't like someone. I'd rather him just say, I'd rather not shake your hand, mate, because I don't really like you. And then I'll be like, alright, fine, I respect that, but you can't say someone's got no morals one minute, then you're shaking their hand the next. It sort of like defeats the principle of it, don't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're saying someone's a so-and-so and then you're shaking their hand 2 minutes later, it's just a bit... it just don't sit right with me. If I don't like someone, I don't shake their hand. It's that simple. But
I'm sure you won't be the first and last boxers not to shake hands. But
yeah,
obviously the nature of the sport, it's good to show professionalism.
Yeah, of course it is. It is good to show professionalism, but it's also good to show a bit of realness as well. Do you know what I mean? And just be like you are. And like when Ricky didn't shake my hand at the thing, I thought, all right, fine. Like if that's it didn't bother me. I weren't like, oh, what? He ain't shook my hand. I'm fuming about it. I weren't bothered. Like I just thought, all right, that's fine. Like, but I thought I'd put it out there. Like that's what I mean. Personally, as a man, like I don't. He don't really mean anything to me. Like he doesn't bother me. he doesn't really get under my skin. It's not. Before, when I was a bit younger and that, I think it was a bit different. I think I used to look at him a little bit and think, you know, he was doing well for himself and things like that. And I think that I probably wanted that for myself, and it was. I probably wanted that for myself a little bit, and I used to think, like, from age, you know what? Maybe I was a bit hating on him when I was a bit younger. Maybe I was, but as we got a bit older, started focusing on my own things. You know what I mean, and doing my own bits and pieces, like you do as you mature, as you get older. And listen, he's doing well for himself, a lad. Like, good luck to him. Do you know what I mean? It's nice to see It is nice to see that he's doing good for himself, and that he's got 2 little boys and that. And you know what I mean? It's nice to see, even though, like, obviously we get under each other's skin a little bit, and we don't see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. It is nice to see someone that I've essentially grown up with from the age of 17 or 18. You know, like, progressing in their life. Like, he's met a nice girlfriend. She seems like a really nice girl, whatever. He's got 2 little boys, and he looks like content within his own life, which is nice for him. But obviously, come fight night, that's not going to matter, is it? Do you know what I mean? We're going to get in there and not punch the living shit out of each other. But yeah, I think it was just that I used to be a little bit immature when I was younger, to be quite honest. And I think that, but like I said, I've grown up now a little bit, so fair play to him. I'm glad that he's doing well, but I just think that I've got the beating of him on September the 12th or any other night. I just think that I'm the wrong man for him. I think I'm stylistically wrong. Like, I think I've got too much character for Ricky as well. I think once I've got it in my mind, that's it. I'm not going to be beaten. September the 12th, I'm not going to be beaten. I'm going to do everything in my power to show everyone that I'm the better man out of me and Rick. And I'm pretty sure that he'll try and do the same.
Speaking of September 12th, we've got Anthony Joshua headlining the card, taking on undefeated Scottish prospect, the Highlander, Gary Cornish.
Yeah.
Firstly, how do you rate Gary Cornish's chances of being victorious in this fight?
I don't really. If coming from a boxing man's point of view, I don't think he's going to beat Joshua. Joshua's like he's a beast, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? You only have to look at him to see he's like the build of the man, to see what he's all about. He's frightening. Do you know what I mean? When I see him at a press conference and out with him, he's talking and you stand next to him, and it's a bit unnerving. Do you know what I mean? Someone can beat that. Like, he's fucking massive, isn't he? But
each one of his abs are as big.
He's just a joke, isn't it? It's a joke how big he is. But I just think, from what I've seen at Gary Cornish, he's a bit robotic, and I don't think, you know what I mean, from who he's fought now to go in with Anthony Joshua is just like, it's a massive jump. Do you know what I mean? It's a huge jump, like. And I just think that I think Joshua will have him out of there within 2 or 3 rounds. Do you know what? He seems a bit like, he reminds me of David Price a bit, Cornish, in the way that he boxes, but he's not as good as David Price. Do you know what I mean? And I just think that Joshua's on another planet to him at the moment. Maybe he can prove everyone wrong. Who knows? But I just think that's what I think will happen anyway.
Also on the card, the fight that we're kind of all really a little bit excited about building up is Dillian Whyte versus Anthony Joshua. That's obviously not on the card, but Dillian Whyte is on the card. We're just waiting for an announcement of his opponent. What do you think that? How big can the Dillian Whyte Anthony Joshua fight be in your opinion?
Oh, it's a massive fight, ain't it? It's massive. Do you know what I mean? Dillian Whyte's like a proper. He's one of the boys or whatever. Do you know what I mean? He's been around for a few years now, Dillian or whatever. And I think he punches really hard as well. He's got that sort of head move. He's got that movement, and that's, you know what I mean. It's an intriguing match, ain't it? Him and Anthony Joshua, but it's such a hard fight to call. Do you know what I mean? Do you go with like the hype that's been built up around Joshua and that gold medal that he's won at the Olympics, or you go with Dillian, like, and you know he's got that rawness, like, and you don't really know too much about him, and I don't know. You know what? Honestly, I can't really call it. I've gone from one to the other. I've been thinking Dillian's going to win, and then I'll see something. I think, oh, Joshua's going to win that, and then, do you know what I mean? You just can't. It's one of them fights where you can't split them. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be a great fight though. That'll be a good one. Charlie Edwards is fighting on the card, isn't he?
Going to come to that. Charlie Edwards is challenging Louis Norman for Louis Norman's English flyweight title, which is a great fight, to be honest. For his 5th fight, Charlie Edwards coming in against someone like Louis Norman, who is an undefeated winning fighter. It's an interesting contest, isn't it? What do you think about that, Dan?
He's not pissing about, mate, is he, Charlie Edwards? 5 fights in, fight for the English. I know it's a lot to do with the weight categories and things like that as well. Obviously, a lightweight, a light flyweight or whatever. Flyweight is it? He's at
flyweight.
Yeah, at that weight, there's not a lot of like men around at that weight. So obviously, you're going to get pushed into them big fights a bit earlier. But fair listen to Charlie, he could have messed about and had a few more journeymen and fought. You know, Eddie could have got in 5 or 6 more easy fights. He could have built himself up. But from what he said to me and when we spoke, he said that he's told Eddie he really wants that fight, and that's the fight that he's been after, and that he wants him and obviously Lukman Patel or whatever. So yeah, I think that's it. Damn, what a good fight. I haven't seen a lot of that Louis Norman. The only stuff I've really seen of him is like the interviews with you guys and that. Yeah. And I watched his fight on, I think it was on Channel 5. I'm not too sure. Was it Channel 5?
It was, yeah, against Brett Feeder.
Yeah, and he looked good on that in that fight. Do you know what I mean? I think Charlie had his work cut out, but I'm Team Edwards, mate. I think Charlie had, even though he'll have his work cut out, I think he'll just have too much for Louis Norman. Charlie's been at that elite level for years now. Do you know what I mean? So I think that will stand him in good stead, and I think he'll do the job in style, and I think he'll look good doing the job as well.
I want to talk a little bit about the postponement of Andy Lee versus Billy Joe Saunders. The announcement yesterday, as we saw via Frank Warren and Adam Booth, that the fight will be postponed. You know Billy Joe Saunders very well. You look like Andy Lee. What are your thoughts on this?
It's a pain in the arse a bit, isn't it? Because I think it's been postponed or whatever, but I don't think it'll matter. Do you know what I mean? At least it's not been called off. That's the main thing. It's just been postponed, which is going to make it a little bit better for both fighters. They've got a bit more time to prepare now as well. What is it? An extra month or something?
I believe it's going to be. Well, they're announcing 3 world title fights on the same card, but I'm yet to see the full details. I think there's a press conference on Monday, I do believe. So
yeah, well, wherever they put it back, however long they put it back, it's going to be better for everyone involved, ain't it? You know what I mean? Obviously, more world title fights on the card, which is going to make for a better spectacle. It's going to make for a better fight because Billy Joe and Andy Lee will both have more time to prepare. So, you know what I mean, they'll be slowing up a bit now in camp probably. I heard Andy Lee's got a virus or something, ain't he?
So I've heard.
Oh,
so
that's bad, isn't it? The petrol lights come on during the interview.
Oh, if you run out of petrol, I'll give you a $5.
That's yeah. I'll be running down the running down the thing. But yeah, it'd be a good fight. It'd be a wicked fight. It'd be a little postponement. I think it's just better for everyone involved. Bit of a gutter that it's been moved from that football stadium to Manchester for like the fans, because I think it would have been like a better night, like somewhere like that. Like you see the Campbell and Coyle thing at Hull last week, and that looked wicked. Like
it did look brilliant.
It looked nuts there, didn't it? But I think it. I mean, if you just stick it in an arena, like fair enough, it's a good arena to stick it in or whatever. But why not try? I mean, it could have been so much better if it had been outside. But it don't really matter, does it? A fight's a fight, and they're gonna get it on no matter where it is. So yeah, that's always good.